If you can overcome it, I think this one is really flexible. Okay, so this one is a PowerPoint has been prepared by Claude. Okay, let me download. Okay, just now I asked for 5 slides. I asked for 5 slides. And this is the output. Most importantly, right, it's all editable, you know. It's all editable. Okay, then I have this financial highlight. Okay. The details are almost everything is editable one. It's already at this stage already. Very impressive. Okay, this one is the AI observation, AI populated analysis. Yeah lah, better than Copilot lah, I told you already. Better than Copilot. Okay, so this is the PowerPoint. So I think now suddenly it doesn't make sense for us to manually prepare PowerPoint. For this one, then you have a human touch out. So the philosophy is at this stage, right? This year, now it's still January and February, right? At least it can done out 70%, 80%. Then human do the remaining 10%, 20%. Next year, the gap will be even closer and closer. Okay. Then okay, just now in the Excel, I think it's done already. Okay, so yeah, this one is the not balanced one, require attention. It's okay. We just look at the things that you prepare. Okay. So like Angeline comment just now, like every time right, you see exactly same prompt, it will come out a different format. Okay. But the detail actually doesn't change. So if you have a specific format to follow, you just insert into your prompt accordingly. So in the end, right, it will come out a the result close to expectation. Okay. Okay, so from here, right, I also want to share NNN. NNN is the workflow automation that I still frequently use. I think it's very handy. Because just now when we use agent, right, be it the agent inside Excel or agent in Cloud Code, we still need to go and manually trigger. Manually trigger means we need to open the desktop, start to talk to it, then it start to work. For agent Cloud Code, it can work autonomous, okay? But after complete to review this kind of thing. But certain things, certain tasks we do in our day-to-day work, you need to have a like routine work. Okay, when the times is on, when I receive email, then start to automate the process. So this kind of scenario, right, NNN works very well. Okay, so for this example, right, it's a simple workflow that I outload the file. Okay, I use the example that I use, right, is an interim report. Okay, of a Malaysia listed company. Okay. I think I'm not using masking. Hold on. I was using speed mark. Okay. Annual report. Where is my entry report goes? Hold on. Too many entry report already. Okay. Let me take this as an example. This is the entry report, but the use case that I use just now is a SpeedMart entry report. It's a PDF format. Okay, you have 17 pages, all this kind of length. Okay. After that, what I asked the agent to do, right, is after I upload it, okay, for demo purpose, I have pinned the data, else it will spend a few minutes to run. Okay. The good thing for NNN is after you design the workflow and you set the things, let me have a quick introduction on this workflow. This one, by having a form, you submit the file, the PDF file, and after that, you use the code to pass the format and pass it to Anthropic. Okay, ask the Anthropic to return the Excel with the sensitivity analysis. Then it come back to the user. Good thing for this, right? Just now when we are using Claude in Excel, while we are using Claude Code to do the agent, right? It requires the user to have a certain skill set to prompt the agent. It requires individual to have that skill set. Good thing for end-to-end is that for myself, I've created a workflow over here. I let the user to use. The end user, what they will see is just the user interface like this. Okay. Basically, he just needs to upload the file. Okay. This one is a file that I upload the PDF report. Okay. This is the one. Okay. Why just one didn't show? Okay. So this is the file that I'm going to upload. Okay. It's a 99 speed mark. Okay. Interim report. What I want to output is a sensitivity analysis in Excel format. I can change the variable. Okay. So from here, what I do is I just upload the PDF file over here and submit. Wait the workflow to run. After the workflow completed running, okay, then it will revert back to me. Okay. So back end running is over here. Let me toggle again. Okay. So once you start running back end, all the codes will start functioning. When everything is done, you will say that okay, sensitivity Excel has been done. Then you have a file written over here, and you can just open it up. Okay. Yeah, and this is the file actually written by the AI. This one is not using Opus 4.6. This one is still using a Cloud Sonnet 4.5, the older version. Okay. From here, you can have your sensitive analysis. For example, your revenue growth 10%. What will be like 20%? Okay. All this kind of thing. So good thing about NIN is that it's an automated workflow. Okay. For user, almost no need to have any technical knowledge or skill to learn. But for people who want to do a simple workflow, you no need to have the coding skill. Like just now we go into the terminal mode. This one is actually node by node drag and drop function. It's a drag and drop. You can pull here. You can connect different nodes. It's easier for you to understand. It's easier for you to find which process has an error to debug it. So this is the NN course that right now, especially in our public training, we actually promote this one because the learning curve is not as steep. But the concept to do white coding, concepts to do the automation process is the same. It applies universally. Be it you are using the Cloud Code, you are using the Cloud in Excel. The mindset is the same. Okay, let me to address some of the question. The dumb question, is it possible to turn the agent offline? Use after done training. If want to modify in future, turn online again. I'm not sure about your question about offline and online. For example, just now all my text compilation agent is already in respective folder. If right now I want to open my text agent, I just come to my folder. I copy the path here. I go into my command prompt. Okay. Then I can enter here and I can start already. Okay. Then all the prompt, all the skill set is already in the folder, the MD file, .md file. Okay, it's a text file. Okay, it's over here. So there is no like online and offline lah. So when you open it, then it's open, then you can ready to use it.
May I answer this question from a developer perspective?
Yeah.
Later, your time enough or not? Your time enough or not?
Now already, almost there already.
Okay. For this one, if you want to go it offline, unless you have a very good server, you have a very good server for it. But currently, because Mr. Chan is using Claude, okay, so it is not possible to go offline. Especially Claude and certain of the LLM actually is a paid version and it's a very private LLM, so you cannot do that. Unless it's certain like open source one, you can do it offline. You can do it offline.
So the offline, online, I mean the local model,
yes,
or the
or Llama. But then recently I tried out. You need to have a very good GPU. If you don't have the GPU, cannot. I checked already. So like Dr. Lau always said, Mac Mini, the cheapest one to try out.
But even you have Mac Mini, you wouldn't have the sufficient GPU to support the
Yes.
size. Now Anthropic model is a very big model.
Mm.
I don't think a normal GPU can handle.
Yes,
It's a
and then I
very
don't
costly.
think.
Yeah, so usually most of the people right now they're using the online with the API key. End of the day is you have to check with your IT team on the security clearance. For local model, I don't think so far. I don't think it makes sense for us to buy like a AI100 H100. Like it's a 40
cannot
50
afford
k
lah.
ringgit, you know. So I don't think it makes sense.
Mm.
I hope you answer the question. Then Andy, sir, do you have a course for anyone to learn about this skill? Okay, useful for job automation. Yeah. So right now, let me share with you. This is a new partnership for me and Warren. Okay, it's AI training to you. Right now, we are conducting actively conducting training in terms of AI automation, all the different use case. Okay, Warren and I are the main trainer. Okay, Azu is the CTO supporting the whole training institute. Okay, actually we do training, we do project, and we also develop some products. Okay, so if let's say you want to get started on your automation journey, right, you can feel free to. I think right now we have 2 classes in end of March and early of April in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, I will drop the link over here. I will drop the registration link over here. If let's say you are interested, you can sign out the Google form to register your interest. Okay.
Yeah.
The next coming out session will be 26, 7 March and early April.
Yeah. Irene, let me just add on to what Wei Jin is saying. Over here, we'll be focusing a lot more on the financial processes and automation of business processes, along with guidance on how to actually change the organizations. So training is only one part, but the main objective that we have is to make sure that the organizations get transformed to roll these things out. Because if you look at 2026 in comparison to 2025, this is going to be the year where the AI agentic platforms are beginning to go into this term called orchestration. Like what Wei Xian was showing just now, right? And what you've seen in the announcements over the past 1 week or so. Whatever Anthropic, whatever OpenAI, and whatever Google will be launching, right? This is where one person can get multiple agents to do something together and get the final output. So the technology is already here. And the key thing is actually how do we, number one, get to understand it from a simplistic workflow perspective first. And then number two, how do we actually essentially prepare and change the organizations to really run, autonomously more and more going forward, so that it frees up the time in order for all of us to focus more on the value-added stuff. So I think that the team, in terms of how we are approaching rolling things out in the organization, it's not just about the awareness and not just about being hands-on doing some business processes, but it's the general awareness on how to link it all together into an orchestrated strategy. Right? Whether it's an SME or whether it's a large organization, right? This thing is here to stay. It's going to rapidly change the way we work, right? From the way we visualize, and the way we do analysis and so on and so forth. What Wei Jian was showing just now was using Claude Code, right, in a terminal-based interface. I think Wei Jian, right, if you are to just quickly flesh up Super CFO also, right, as well as some of the things that we were showing earlier.
I think you have bottom this one. Okay, these are the 4 products that Warren and me are working on. For example, Super CSO is the one that we do for dashboard generation.
Yeah, so we are building all these products really, right? Because look, one part is you learn how to use the agentic platforms as well as the interfaces to write things, right? But on the other hand, we also know most of the finance people are non-technical people. But nonetheless, you can start using a combination of the agentic platforms and app script and VBA, which in the past you need somebody technical to write, but now AI can write it for you, right? AI can help you generate a dashboard like this. AI can help you to reconcile the data. So the question is, how do you combine all these things together into something that's useful so that you can save time, right? From your information gathering to information cleaning to information, I suppose, visualization, and more importantly, insights and triggering the actions. So creating a dashboard like this is only partially useful. Any software can do. But the more important thing is when it hits a certain trigger point, right, it escalates to the right people so that it forces the right actions to be taken.